Hey, child, you know me? It's Funky Dineva, urban pop culture critic, your internet best friend, and all around fabulous. Let me tell y'all something. My skin is soft, supple, paid for, and smelling like a whole love song. Now let's start with high value. Clove, rose, and oud. It smells like when I walk into a room and people stop talking, it's not because they're scared, but because they know I'm that girl. Soft serve. Oh, she's for the soft life girls who don't have to do a thing but be legendary. Amber, Jasmine, Saffron. It's giving warm towels, slow mornings, Karen White on repeat, Rogue Dragon on the floor. And Pharaoh's Love, baby, vanilla, white lily, and musk that lingers. It's giving brunch at 1, nap at 3, stretching on 1,000 thread count sheets. I don't need a crown, just this souffle and a playlist. And today, I smell like a mood, a memory, a damn good decision. Body souffle, baby, from butter.
Y'all don't know just how much that little piece of commercial helped me out. Today is one of those days, y'all. So y'all know I'm back in the gym. I'm doing my working out. I'm doing all the different things. I went downstairs to get me a glass of water just before the show was due to start. And next thing you know, my stomach said, "Baby, you got to use the restroom." And I said, don't the stomach, don't do me like this. Do not do me like this. And I gotta go down to these people work job. Nevertheless, y'all, happy Thursday, Funky Bunch. When I tell y'all, I pulled the stories today, and we are going to have a very entertaining show because there are some very entertaining stories that are not heavy. I don't think we got anything heavy going on. I think everything we got going on. Y'all like this orange. Y'all like this orange or whatever. Now I thought a bit said I didn't have no pieces. Now, if I'm being honest with you, this one of my around the house, Terry pieces. We had to call her Terry from Soul Food because I'm rich. This Miss Terry, I let the family in the house and the family after my husband or whatever. Um, but I got it on, baby. That's one thing about it. You know what be laughing? Somebody was in the comments one day today, and somebody was like, who am I missing something? I'm lost. Who said something about him? Who said he didn't have any? Who said he didn't have any pieces? I'm so lost. And I loved it. So somebody said, I hope you talk about that girl at the Metro PCS that stole the $400 cash app. No, I did not. Unfortunately, I don't have it on the bill for today, but I did see it. Oh, hold on. Let me show y'all something real quick. Stay right there. This for all the fellas out there that's gray. I was sitting here looking at myself, and I'm like, I'm looking too much like Peter Thomas for my liking. They Just for Men has these wands, guys. It's a little mascara wand that you can use if your beard is similar to mine, then you want to get brown. Do not get black. Whatever you do, do not get that dark black wand. It'll have you looking like you got shoe polish on your face. You see how natural that is? You see how quickly I ran and did that? And I ain't even no sponsor for these people. It's just the shit had me sitting up here looking, feeling insecure, sitting up here with all this face full of gray. And just like that, it's done. They're done. Now I could do the show, sitting up here looking like an old ass man. Baby, I was grayed down to the thing. They said I like the gray. I like the salt and pepper, but when I have my young terry cloth, outfit on. When I got the Terry on, baby, I couldn't have that, baby. You can't have on your Apple Watch and your Zara pieces. Zara is for young people. And I was sitting up here looking 75 years old. That doggone quick, baby. I had no went in there, got that thing together. Nevertheless, let's jump right on into the situation. So I told you today that we had 2 stories to carry over. Somebody said I need one ASAP. You can type in, go on Amazon and type in men's beard, and it'll automatically start to populate. Put in men's beard brush, men's beard dye, and there are all types of different brands that come up. This is my first time getting the Just for Men brand, but get the Just for Men brand. They really cheap. They like $4 or $5, and they sell them for you for like a 3-pack for 12 or whatever, and it just washes off when you wash your face. Honey, I was sitting up here looking like goddamn Kris Kringle. I ain't ready for y'all kids to sit on my lap yet while I play Santa Claus. Nevertheless, let's get into this first story, guys. So, news broke the other day that Diddy narrowly escaped a stabbing while asleep in a prison, a close friend says. A close associate of Diddy's is speaking out about a violent encounter the music mogul faced behind bars. His friend revealed that Diddy was nearly stabbed in his sleep. He woke up with the weapon to his neck. Finney told the Daily Mail, describing the terrifying moment that could have ended the tragedy. Finney says he's unsure whether guards stepped in or if Diddy managed to defend himself, but sources confirmed to TMZ that the incident did take place. The attack appears to have been an attempt to intimidate Diddy inside the notoriously tough facility. Prison just isn't a safe place for anyone convicted in a case related to sex, Finney said, expressing concerns for Diddy's safety. During the sentencing, his attorney, Brian Steele, told the court that the guard stopped the inmate from going any further. Well, listen, here's the thing. When I first saw this, guys, I definitely thought that this was a PR move. I thought that this was a PR move, and I thought that this was an attempt to be like, look, it's safe. He's not safe. He's not safe. We need to let him out. We need to let him out. He's not safe. And I'm glad that I don't feel crazy, because a lot of y'all are in the comments saying the same thing, the lies, cap, please, so on and so forth. So here's my thing. Fine. Well, you know what the alternative is? Put him in solitary confinement. If you're worried about his safety, take him out of general population and put him in solitary confinement. How do you like those apples? It's very hard for me to, and granted, I ain't never been to prison and I ain't trying to go. It's just hard for me to believe that somebody with the status of Diddy don't have a little bit of clout amongst the inmates. That's just, and he was asleep, which means it was his cellmate. So with that being said, just change his cellmate then. Put him in there with the little white boy from Idaho. Put him in there, put him in the cell with the gay boy. He like looking at dicks anyway. Like, just change his cell, but it's definitely giving, we don't believe any of this. And I can already tell you what the next story is going to be. The next story is going to be Diddy's lawyers filed papers for a transfer, citing that he wasn't safe. So somebody said Tupac got stabbed in prison. Tupac a little different than Diddy. Somebody said, how did that work for Epstein? Epstein didn't kill himself. Them people killed Epstein. And then somebody said Donald Trump will get him out soon. He probably will. He probably will. I think Diddy's people will probably corral enough money or influence or find the key phrase to tell Donald Trump, which is, I'll lead a whole nother voting situation for the Republicans if you pardon me. It's all a scheme. Nevertheless, good luck to Diddy, and we hope that nobody does to you what you did to Cassie while we're behind those bars. Moving right along, guys, this is the last story that was a carryover from yesterday. Then we'll actually get into today's show. Dreka Gates. Dreka Gates is the wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife, or ex-wife, I don't know which one she is, of Kevin Gates. And she is asking for $70,000 a month in support. She claims that Kevin Gates stopped paying for the kids' tuition and the property taxes. So his wife is reportedly claiming that he cut her off financially. In documents obtained by TMZ, Drika says Kevin stopped paying the property taxes and private school tuition in late 2021, but allegedly flaunted his wealth by buying 18 luxury cars and a $4.7 billion Calabasas estate. She also says that their Mississippi farm is now in foreclosure after the IRS issued a $7 million tax levy. Drika is asking the court for $27,193 a month in child support and $46,000 a month in spousal support, and to be named the children's primary physical custodian, claiming that the kids have been with her 95% of the time. So, guys, again, I see a lot of people saying $70,000 a month. People are saying she's entitled. They were married for a pretty long time, guys. They had been married for 7 or 8 years or something to that effect. She's got multiple kids. At a minimum, I think she should get her 27. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about a girlfriend. We're not talking about Brittany Renner. We are not talking about some chick that just happened to have a baby from an athlete. We are talking about a wife that did her 5 years, 2 kids, and a dog. She did her 5 years, 2 kids, and a dog. Yeah, I know that's my litmus test. She did her 5 years, 2 kids, and a dog. She did her time. Run, sis, her money. Run, sis, her money. Now, y'all already know the play. You shoot for the stars and hope that you land in the trees. Obviously, there's not a human being on the planet that needs $70,000 a month to live. But you know what? I imagine she's going in asking for 70 and hope she land at 30 or hope she land at 40. I think she deserves it. I think she deserves it. I think she deserves it. Especially when the husband then goes on to buy a $4.7 million house, a whole bunch of other cars, got chains and jewelry and all that stuff. Run that girl her money. All right. And with that being said, guys, we're going to move into today's show. So today's show, we've got 2 stories in the political corner. And the first starts with Candace Owens, guys. So Candace Owens, there's a video I'm going to play, but Candace Owens basically says she no longer has any faith in politics, and she no longer has any faith in President Trump, all because of this Charlie Kirk stuff. And let me read the excerpt to give you guys a little bit of context. So Candace Owens took her conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk's assassination to a whole new level, one that directly calls out her former political ally, Donald Trump. In a video posted Wednesday, Owens didn't hold back. She accused Trump and his people in the administration of turning their backs on Kirk and possibly being responsible for his death. He gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics, and they were just like, nope, that's it, she said. She didn't stop there, referring to the new national holiday honoring Kirk. Owens added, as soon as they give you a holiday, they definitely kill you. There's no question they killed you. Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, was shot and killed on September 10th while speaking on a campus event in Utah. A 22-year-old man named Tyler Robinson was charged, but Owens believes there's more to the story. A week after his death, the Senate passed a resolution to make October 14th Charlie Kirk Day. But Owens also feels completely shut out. She was not invited to speak at Kirk's massive Arizona memorial and didn't join his podcast revival. She had also been left off of that. And here's an excerpt of what she has to say.
We just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off. Like, they're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did.
Candace, first and foremost, love, you're not getting a holiday. You can't even get a phone call, MAGA Mammy. MAGA Mammy, you're not getting a boulevard. You're not getting... How arrogant and presumptuous that was. Don't let them try to give me a holiday. Candace, name one institution, one senator, one House of Representative, one person on the street that's going to put a motion in place for your ass to get a holiday. Candace, it's unfortunate because I can't say anything about you grieving your friend, but it's just really sad as a black man watching you that it took the death of this racist ass white boy for you to lose faith in Trump. That's what it took. All of what he had to say about your people, all of how he's trying to continue to push white supremacy, all of how he's trying to continue to put systems in place to keep people like you down. And all it took was the assassination of a racist white boy for you to lose faith in Trump and for you to lose faith in politics. That's what it took. I mean, I guess, guys, we need to just be happy the fact that the bitch finally beginning to see the light. But MAGA Mammy, I'm here to let you know that you're nothing more than a nigress to these people. I'm going to say this word in hopes that it doesn't get my monetization taken away, but you're nothing more than a nigger bitch to those people. Not who I think you are. You are a MAGA Mammy. You thought because you were smart that you held a higher position? Woman to woman, his wife doesn't even think anything of you, Candace. You were supposed to be one of his close friends, and you would think that his wife would be aware of that. And it goes to show Queen Negress, MAGA Mammy, that even in his death, and even as hard as you are fighting for him, his wife still did not think enough of you to invite you to anything. How does that make you feel, Queen Negress, MAGA Mammy? Oh, they helped remind you that you are nothing more than a nigger bitch, like the rest of us. We had been trying to tell you this, Candace, from the very start of this whole thing. You can't possibly believe that you were nothing more than MAGA Mammy to them. You had might as well been breastfeeding their children. You had might as well been cooking their food and cleaning their meals. You went so hard. You went so hard for this group of people and for this organization. They didn't even invite you to the feud. They didn't even invite you to the podcast revival. They won't even acknowledge the fact that you're out here fighting. The wife won't even give you a retweet. The wife ain't never came out once and said, Candace, thank you. And here is the gag. If I'm being perfectly honest, Queen Negress, MAGA Mammy, you're fighting harder than the wife has. I am seeing more press about you pushing for the killer, the true killer of who Charlie Kirk is, than I'm seeing the wife. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I think the wife was in on it. Now, I do agree with Candace. I don't believe that white boy killed that boy. And if he did, he was put up to it by a greater organization. But I also think the wife was in on it. That wife ain't moving like nobody that lost no man that got multiple kids. That wife is not moving like no distraught woman that gotta take care of kids. Somebody put, boy, I sexed you just because. Got you thinking that your stroking was more better than it was. That has to do with the other story. That's the next verse. I mean, that's part of 5 years, 2 kids and a dog. Anyway, MAGA Mammy, somebody said the wife can't even squeeze out a tear. We don't know what to tell you other than you can't come back over here. We don't care. You lost faith in Trump. Who you gonna have faith in? And God knows this next go around, we don't need you trying to be over here rallying votes. We don't need you trying to do voters registration drive. We don't need you voting for Bernie Sanders. We don't need you rallying behind whoever the Democratic nominee is, because the like Candace, in the late great words of D'Angelo, how does it feel? Candace, the memo has gone out through the telepathic Republican conservative white networks that they officially are not messing with you. Candace, how does it make you feel that nobody from that side is advocating for you in any way? Nobody from that side is backing you up. No one is advocating for you. No one is taking your calls. No one is doing anything for you. They have left you with undone hair, tucked away in a room somewhere, making social media videos with your phone. That is how distraught they have left your ass by the wayside. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like one of us? Candace, those people they chewed you up and spit you out. They rode with you when it was time to get votes because you were pushing their message, and they just assumed that you would be able to secure 500 black votes for them. Now that they got what they need from you, Queen Negress, MAGA Mammy, they dumped you. How does it feel? What does your white husband have to say about it? Are they taking his calls? Like, can he lock you away in a broom closet and maybe he send out the white bat signal and like get you invited to like one of the teas or one of the galas? Can he get you invited to like one of the happy hours so you can ask one of the interns what they're really thinking and like when are they gonna like let you back into the group? Because honestly and truthfully, I'm finna tell you what's next. I'm finna tell you what's next, MAGA Mammy, Queen Negress of the Nile. If your white husband ends up getting kicked out of too many of his spaces or too many doors get closed on him where his white privilege card don't work, he dropping your ass next. Y'all heard it here first on Funky Dineva Live. Your ass is next to go. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing I know real good about white folks. They ain't loyal to each other. They ain't loyal to each other. They ain't loyal to nobody. If his white privilege card gets revoked and he starts not being able to freely move throughout the world and move throughout the space, do you think he wants to be King Negress? King MAGA Mammy? Do you think that card carrying platinum American Express white privilege holding man wants to be King Negress of the Nile, King MAGA Mammy? Baby, that man gonna drop you and them mixed kids so quick. That man is going to drop you. He is going to give you your little piece of child support, and your ass gonna find out just how black. Baby, you might as well start looking at Claudine. I know you probably never seen that because you black like this and not like this, but you might want to go watch Claudine so you know what it's like when King MAGA Mammy, King Negress of the Nile, leave your ass alone. Somebody said, Funky, why are you inciting racism and division? I ain't inciting racism and division. We all united. You know about why am I inciting racism and division? Last time I checked, all the people I care about who is in this chat, baby, we is united. Moving right along, honey. Stephen A. Smith got to singing another song. I wonder why. Let's take a look.
Jasmine Crocket or somebody like that. Ladies, I respect. Intelligent women. No doubt. But how a Jasmine Crocket chooses to express herself, I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? How much?
So those were the original comments. Now, somewhere along the way, somebody don't got in his ass and he don't got the backpedaling and pussy popping. Take a listen.
A few moments later.
I wanted to take a moment because I saw something disturbing in regards to President Donald Trump and how he came at Representative Jasmine Crocket. And I have no problem apologizing to my sister because, damn it, I want her to know I don't feel that way about her. Do you know what I think she should be doing? I think she should be competing for the Senate seat in Texas or for disqualified. I personally think Kamala Harris should have ran for governor of California.
Stehphen, he talks tough on podcasts, but in person, he folds like a wet napkin. I think I know politics, but I don't. Watch him crumble. Yeah. All talk, no action. Politic and Stehphen.
Now listen, I am never going to be arrogant enough to be like me getting his ass together on the Shade Room and that video that collected 4 million views is the reason for that, right? And I don't believe that. However, I do believe that my video, along with all the other backlash that he caught from the Black community, is the reason that he said this. Now, here's the thing. You had everything to say about Kamala Harris negative. You had everything to say about Jasmine Crocket. Then you want to sit up here and say you did not know the things that Donald Trump said about Jasmine Crocket in this last iteration of comments. And this man has been talking about this girl for a very long time in that manner, Stehphen. And I am just curious to know, do you think we're stupid? Like, you shouldn't have even brought Kamala Harris up. Because I want to tell y'all what has happened in this moment. What has happened in this moment is that what somebody said, some Black men need to realize it could be a man talking crap about their daughters one day and they wouldn't like it one bit. And that was the same thing I said in my video when I talked about his daughter. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't talking about her negatively. I was just saying, how would you like it? And maybe, and hopefully, I would like to think that maybe I did help get through to the brother. But Stehphen, we still don't believe you. And this was a complete overcompensation. Because here's the thing, right? You went from, she not acting smart. And is that how she gets stuff done? How is it that just last week, you did not agree with her approach? You did not agree with her demeanor. And you were dog whistling, basically calling her ghetto. That's what you were trying to do. Now, all of a sudden, she's qualified for Senate and qualified for all of these other things. Then on top of that, now you say, all the things you had to say about Kamala. Now, all of a sudden, I think Kamala needs to be running for the governor of California. Like, Stehphen, come on. Your track record up until this point doesn't even suggest that you believe what you just said out of your mouth in support of Jasmine or Kamala. And now we're like, Stehphen, we don't know what to believe. Because I had already said in my video that I 10 toes don't believe that Stehphen believed the stuff that was coming out of his mouth initially, that he was only doing that to get the approval of white people. But what I honestly think has happened is that he's caught too much flack from Black people. Now you want to backpedal and pussy pop. And Stehphen, do you think that we are that stupid and we are that feeble mind that all you got to do is be like, yeah, I think Kamala should run for governor and I think Jasmine Crocket should run for Senate and all is forgiven. And now we back inviting you to the cookout and all these different things. Like, Stephen A. Smith, you are now in that boat with Candace Owens. No shade. We don't hate you, brother. We just don't want you around. We don't hate you. We don't trust you. We see this for what it is. You know what I'm saying? You caught some backlash from Black folks, and you probably, after you called out, I'm gonna tell you what really was going on. After he caught all that backlash, them white folks up there not happy no more either, because now they programming is catching backlash, and them white folks don't told his ass he got to go in there and clean it up. And now that he's falling out of favor with them good old white folks, now he got to come back over here and try to pacify us a little bit in hopes that, oh shit, I thought what I was doing over here with these white folks, I thought that was going good. What I'm doing with these white folks, it's looking a little shaky. Let me come on over here and see if I could win the black folks back. Stephen, we're not buying it, brother. We see you. And considering that absence of hair, we see what you're thinking. We see what you're doing. We see it all. Stephen, we literally can see in your head back to here. Stephen, we see all this. This how much we see. Is I got it right, y'all? Stephen, we see all this. All this. We see. All this. You can't fool us. All up in here. All of your medulla oblongata, frontal cortex lobe. We see all this, Stephen. You ain't fooling us. So no, brother, stay your ass over there where you at with them folks. Moving right along. D'Angelo, guys. So D'Angelo D'Angelo streams have skyrocketed to 796% after his passing. 3 songs reach, they chart on the R&B chart. So the R&B neo-soul icon's passing has triggered a dramatic resurgence in his music in the U.S. His catalog pulled 16.1 million official on-demand streams during the week of his death, and a staggering 796% increase compared to the previous week's 1.8 million, according to Billboard. Additionally, his untitled How Does It Feel, Lady, Brown Sugar each surpassed 1.9 million streams while debuting at number 7 and 8 and 10, respectively, on the Hot R&B Songs charts. As reported, D'Angelo passed October 5th. I passed at 51 on October 14th following a private battle with pancreatic cancer. Y'all know we love some D'Angelo and we love D'Angelo's music, and hopefully I hope that D'Angelo's affairs, considering the fact that he was battling with pancreatic cancer, I hope that all of his affairs were in order and we don't got to go through no crazy estate stuff, and that all of this money goes to his son, who he shares with whatchamacallit. I am going to do this next story, and then I'm going to go to our guest. We got a special guest tonight with some very, 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 very special books that y'all gonna know and love. And this is our first time doing a guest this way. It's a mystery, bitch. It's a secret. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this guest. But I want to go to this next story before we bring our guest on, and it's Kevin McCall. So he breaks down just how Chris Brown owes him $25,000. Oh, I'm sorry. They're saying D'Angelo has a daughter as well. So most definitely, I hope the money is set up. Oh, he's got 3 kids. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Well, we hope the money's set up where all the kids get the money. Speaking with TMZ, he claimed that the amount, the $25,000 that Kevin McCall is hollering about, he says that it is a debt after fulfilling a 4-song label obligation, including their 2010 hit song Deuces. I sold my catalog when I was going to prison. I thought it would help me see my daughter, but it still didn't work. I did 3 years, Kevin said. It says I owe him 4 songs, even though I recouped off the first song. I got all the songs done, and now they're saying Chris has to sign it. When asked if he'd accept Young Thug's offer to pay for Chris Brown, Kevin said, I really don't want no charity. I would have loved if he really wanted to reach out. He could have DM'd me or gave me his number and didn't do the public stuff. Kevin added, he'd be open to working with Thug, but since he's already earned the $25K, Chris needs to run it. It's probably for the best that he didn't take Thug's offer, as the Atlanta rapper appeared to pull it back after Chris called Kevin a broke troll. So here's the thing about the $25,000, right? Don't get me wrong. If you owe somebody, you owe somebody, right? If you owe somebody, you owe somebody, and they have the right to ask for their money. But in the grand scheme of life, $25,000 is not a lot of money, and it's not going to last you a long time. Kevin, I recently saw a video where you blew through an $8 million bag. It says you blew through a $8 million bag. Now, I don't know if those numbers are true or false, but you blew through a lot of money. Here's the thing, Kevin, if I'm being very honest with you, if Chris Brown would have paid you that $25,000 at the time he allegedly owed you, you'd still be in this position right now because you wouldn't have it. You blew through everything else. You blew through that money. Now owes you money. You know what I'm saying? It's just not cool, and that would not be the way to go about doing it. And again, Kevin, the 25K with the lifestyle that you're accustomed to living and the way that you like, I don't know, guys. I just think it's really messed up to get on the internet and suggest that $25,000 is the reason why you're on EBT. And that just if Chris Brown would just pay you your money. I'm sitting here thinking Chris Brown owed you $2 million. I'm sitting here thinking Chris Brown owed you royalties. I'm sitting here thinking Chris Brown cheated you out of some type of deal. Now, here's the thing. If Chris owes you $25,000, honestly and truthfully, Chris Brown should just give him the $25,000, not to help him out, but to shut him up. You know what I'm saying? And then it's funny because you going around trolling people and you going around saying negative things to people and you going around trying to make this man look bad is not going to incentivize him one way or another to give you $25,000. Not to mention, Chris feels like you burnt bridges with him. Do you not think from an ego perspective that Chris is getting off on the fact that your ass is somewhere broke and begging for the 25 and that you're never going to get it? So listen, I see some of you guys saying the audio is choppy. It's not me. I have not touched anything. I have not did anything. It has to be a YouTube issue. It has to be a YouTube issue. I have not touched anything with this stuff. YouTube has been glitching for the last couple of days. I don't need you to write it in the chat. It has to be a YouTube issue. I'm going to go over here and check really quickly. Everything appears to be on the up and up. And on my part, it is definitely a YouTube issue. But nevertheless, you not going to get that doggone money from that man, good sir. Anywho, I want to move on. I want to get ready. I want to do something here. This is what I want to do. I want to do. Ooh, hold on, y'all. I didn't put something on the board. Stay right there. Hold your line. I got to program something on the board. I got to program something on the board. Let's see here. Hold your line. There we go. That's what I needed to put on the board. And then bam, I can hit that. And then bam, I can do this. And then bam, let me see. I can do this. And then bam, I can do this. And then bam. So anyway, guys, we got a very, 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 very special guest tonight, guys. And we are not a monolith in life or literature. We've got Nick Center of Black Cosmos Publishing that writes sci-fi, psychological thrillers, erotica, superhero sagas, and more that centers Black characters. Get cozy on the couch with any of her books this fall. And with that, I would like to welcome to Funky Dineva Live, Nick Center. Nick, what's going on, my love? Take me off of mute. Can you hear me? Hey.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. What's going on, Nick?
Oh.
How you doing, love?
I'm so excited. I'm doing great. How are you? I'm so excited. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Latham.
Oh, girl, please don't call me Mr. Latham. You saw I just dyed this hair. Don't make me feel like an uncle, baby. You could call me Funky or call me Q. And Nick, we are glad to have you now. I know a lot of people may be looking at it like, what's going on? This is different. For reasons of her own, Nick did not want to be on camera. And I said, that's all right, girl. You ain't got to be. You can put your audio on just as long as we can talk to you. But Nick, do me a favor, baby. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why the hell you are on our line.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, I do want to say thank you,
You're welcome,
Quentin. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity and for the space that you have created and created to uplift and spotlight entrepreneurs like myself.
You're welcome.
I've been a fan. I just want to sing your praises because you deserve the praises before I even begin to talk about myself and my business.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate it, love. I definitely appreciate it.
But I go by Nick Center, the Mad Alchemist. I chose the name like an alchemist because I fuse many inspirations to create something entirely new. I have grown up just being inspired and influenced by martial art films, comics, mangas, anime, like for example Star Wars. Huge fan of Baldwin, Spielberg, Duvernay, Coogler, of course. So but my biggest tool has always just been my imagination. That's one thing that that was never taken from me, and I believe that is actually a divine gift that's given to all of us. I think we've strayed away from that as adults, and that's one of the reasons why I chose to become a writer and to write all of these stories. I do want to also speak to the fact that Black people are my lead characters. One of the reasons why I'm not on camera is because you all are the star of the show. Every single one of you going into my universe, reading about my books, you will be able to see yourself. It doesn't matter. You're going to be able to see yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're a man, whether you're a woman. My lead characters are Black. We were the first people to breathe. We are the inventors of cool. And I want to change our narrative, and I want to write us in ways where we are empowered, and because we are power, we make everybody, so that is what I want to represent. And my website it is blackcosmospub.com. I do have a tiny link that makes it a little easier to go to my actual website on my IG and also on my TikTok. But that is also one of the reasons that I do kind of keep the focus more so off myself, because it's not about me, it's about us.
And one thing I love, Nick, in watching you talk and listen, and a lot of people put in the chat, and I know it wasn't negative, they were like, oh, the Black nerdy girl, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to use nerdy in a negative in a negative sense, if you're all right with that. But it's funny because girls in the Black community, the kids that like sci-fi and the kids that like anime and the kids that like all of these what we deem weird things, we kind of shun them and put them in a corner. And I love the fact that you are a Black woman who said, I am going to own my quirkiness, and I'm going to own the fact that I have this very vivid imagination. And I want to say big kudos to you. Because listen, Black folks, honestly and truthfully, just like we're going through this thing in country music right now, where it's like all the Black folks are now jumping over there because all this money to be made, I honestly think there is a lot of untapped money over here in the sci-fi, in the anime, and all of these quote unquote weird spaces. So Nick, you are doing a big thing by definitely paving the way. And when I got your package, I looked at these books, and I'm one of those people who, late at night, I like to sit up in the bed and read and all these different things. She says, I think I'm Diane Keaton late at night, honey. And you gave me this book. I was like, okay, these are going to be some cool ass books that I can get into. So let's get into Rich Blood. Give me a little background on what this book is about and what the people can get into when they get into a read like this.
Okay, so let me just say this.
Mhm.
My that book, all the designs, I designed everything about that book. I did everything, even the web portal. But this book, Rich Blood, I wanted it to drop in October because this is a psychological thriller. It's basically rebellion wrapped in elegance, power, and danger. So to make a long story short, I actually how can I put it? The richer the blood, the stronger the power. So instead of them feeding on I have flipped the narrative where basically Alexander, no, excuse me, Hazel Alexander, excuse me, I'm a little nervous,
No,
but
you fine, baby
Hazel
girl.
Noir Alexander, he is the lead character. Thank you. Hazel Noir Alexander, he is our lead character, and what he ends up, he's basically he represents the Haitian background. He is Haitian, and they were one of the first people to actually be in be enslaved or taken. So I'm giving you a little bit of background at that, but what he ends up finding out is that, you know, when he tastes someone that is a billionaire, the blood of a billionaire, it actually makes him stronger, and it gives him immunity to be able to walk into the light. And
okay. I can see that being turned into a movie. That is smart, and I love the approach that you took, because typically in our vampire stories, they get the low hanging fruit, the prostitutes, the street walkers, the vagrants, or they might even get the criminals. But she said, baby, the richer the blood. Please tell me, Nick, there's a line in here where he eat Donald Trump ass, or in part 2, you can have this man come eat Donald Trump.
Well, I think this is the thing. I will tell you this. I could write that later on, but I will tell you that with this one, I also tie in it's also Devil's Wears Prada as well.
Okay.
Because, for example, yes, we talk about in this book, I amplify Black fashion. We rarely do that.
Nice.
And we're always wearing everybody else's stuff. But what a lot of Black people don't realize is that we are actually the blueprint for all of the major fashion houses, like the avant-garde and the couture. It was basically built, the blueprint of that is built off of the actual feminine form.
Nice.
And who is the who that is so you got to kind of check it out. And I think you will really love it. I've gotten excellent feedback on it. I've tied in even so much as like the actual capitalism tied into this. So again, you got to realize, if every vampire finds out that eating rich blood or drinking rich blood makes them immunity, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, because there's not enough rich people around. Oh my God, that sounds like a really good story. And I can honestly see a story like this being pushed to television. I could see Misha Green, the girl that did Underground and Lovecraft Country, adopting something like this. And Issa Rae, baby, we calling on you too to call on Nick and bring her story to camera. Now, Nick, let's move on to, since we're in the vein of the supernatural, let's move on to the shade of Zulu. The shade of Zulu. Give us a little rundown about the shade of Zulu.
So that's actually book 2 to Black Ambition. So
so then let's go to Black Ambition first then. So then let's go to first Girl Code Black Ambition. Go ahead and give us the rundown on this one.
Yes. So with Black Ambition, so that is a part of the Girl Code universe. And so it's rooted in basically, we as women, we need to have a code within ourselves. It's almost like we need to have some type of a law and do not betray ourselves. And because there's just so many conversations about, you know, the negatives about women and men and how we do it, let's focus on being loyal to ourselves. And so what I did was, instead of being negative and calling people names, this and the third, I went into the psychology, and I wanted to give you a bird's eye view of that path on making bad decisions or good decisions and how they get there. We oftentimes look from the outside and we're quick to judge, but if we actually delve into the psychology and understand why we do the things that we do,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll be able to put a cap on it. And so I basically created Girl Code, and this story specifically is about two women that were friends, but it's not typical. There's hidden messages in there, and I think it's really good. And the second one is a little bit of a psychological thriller as well, which is the shade of Zuli. So Lexus is the lead character in Black Ambition 1. Zuli would be the lead character in the shade of Zuli. And I've got really good feedback with those, but I wanted to give you at least 2 books a part of the Girl Code universe, so y'all have something to chew on. So I got all of this together so y'all can have some fun. And I mean, I can't wait till y'all even go to the website and cut the volume on, because it's interactive. It's like a movie when you go there.
So it's funny because I'm looking at the chat now, and a lot of people are saying, oh, the website is really nice. And I heard you say you just wanted to give us 2 books of the Girl Code universe. How many books currently are there in the Girl Code universe?
So it's just 2 right now.
Okay.
And then with Rich Blood Universe, there's that one. But I will try to make sure that I'm dropping. I've been working on this for some years, just trying to get the concepts and everything together, because I want to feed your mind. I want to feed all of your minds. And right now we need an escape, and we need to go into fantasy and have some fun. And they can take away everything, but they cannot take away our minds and our imagination. That is a gift from, our maker and our creator. And so that's why I chose to do this.
Nick, I'm here to tell you, these people is in my chat saying we don't crash your website, honey. The people are saying, so half the people saying they got on and it looked real good and it looked real nice. And then other people saying, child, a funky bunch, don't crash the website. Y'all keep trying, go on there, run up her register. Make sure, guys, that you're putting it in right. It's blackcosmospub.com. Also, when this show is over, I will put the tiny URL in the description box. Nick, before we get out of here, please let these people know, and Nick, let me stop and say, everyone is saying the website is phenomenal. Don't forget, guys, she said, turn your volume on because it is interactive. She said it is interactive. But Nick, before we get out of here, can you please tell these people where they can find you and your business across all social media, and then anything you would like to say imparting to the Funky Bunch?
Yes, you can find me at Black Cosmos Publishing on Instagram, and it's the same actually on TikTok at Black Cosmos. And you can also go to the website where you'll be able to see, I put the connections there where you're able to see it as well. But what I want to leave you all with is, my goal is to unlock your minds and to assist in freeing you. And I want all Black people to know that you are everything that you think that you are. So always think the best of yourself, and don't let anyone tell you who you are. That is just my message that I want to send to you all. And I just want to say thank you so much for just having me here. Thank you, Mr. Latham, for, had you not become the person that you are, I would not be able to experience this moment with you today. So I'm really grateful.
Oh my God, nigga, sound like you over there crying. Don't cry, girl. We love you. And Funky Bunch, y'all know what to do, baby. Go over there, run up her register, run it up, down, through the ground, spin around and do the doo-doo brown. Nick, really quickly, some people want to know, do you have it in an audiobook format right now, or is it just the the soft cover?
I have an ebook, but I do not have the audiobook.
Okay.
I will get that for you all. Just give me about a year, because I'm trying to pump out as much material.
I got you, sis. Listen, we all know, all us entrepreneurs, we definitely know how it is. Y'all be sure to run up her register. Nick, thank you so much, love. And do me a favor, just keep in contact with Michelle periodically. I would love to know how many books the Funky Bunch purchased, and if we were able to just help take your business to the next level.
I certainly will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. You have a good night, love. Nick Center, everybody from Black Cosmos Publishing. I definitely loved everything about the books that she was talking about, the psychology of it all. I definitely love how she was saying he only feeds off of the rich. Like, that is going to be cool as all hell. Reading when I late at night. So somebody said the link in the Black Cosmos. Oh, pub. That's why. Okay. I see. LVMH was discontinued in 2021 after poor sales and pandemic-related setbacks. Financial filings from her British company's Denim UK Holdings revealed that Rihanna invested $34.8 million into the Paris-based project, while Louis Vuitton's parent company contributed $34.8 million. Despite both parties' major investment, the venture failed to gain traction, with pieces nearing $1,000 for items like denim jackets and corseted dresses. The collection was intended to expand Rihanna's Fenty ecosystem, which includes her successful beauty and lingerie lines. However, LVMH later agreed to shut down the luxury fashion division to focus on cosmetics and lingerie. This loss amounts to tens of millions. Rihanna's worth an estimated $1.4 billion and remains the world's wealthiest female musicians. One up. Now, here's the thing, Rihanna. I don't know who be telling y'all celebrities when your core audience is and I'm finna take it back to when we were in school. Your core audience are $12.99 CD buyers. Your core audience are $12.99 CD buyers. Who on earth thought that it was a great idea for a around the way, down to earth music girl to then go sell designer priced items? Rihanna, can't none of us afford it. LVMH, none of us can afford it. None of us can afford it. Now, I'm not saying that she had to be priced at H&M and Zara prices, but baby, the best you could, your price point, Rihanna, should have been BB, R&B, Guess. Y'all drop down in the comments and name some stores or brands where she should have been priced at that y'all would have been comfortably buying. R&B, BB, Guess, what's the higher end Guess? Maggiano? No, that's the Italian store. Nevertheless, that's where your stuff should have been. Diesel. Your stuff should have been priced over there where Diesel was at. Then you would have did all right. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Diesel is still expensive for the everyday person. But if somebody wants to go to a concert and buy an outfit, they'll spend a little extra money on an outfit. Rihanna, we not looking at those pieces. And if I'm being frank, you have not gained enough credibility and respect amongst the high-end fashion girls to try to compete with the high-end designers. You're not, it just wasn't somebody said Coach. I don't know, girl. Coach might have been a little too high for her. Somebody said Urban Outfitters, Marshalls. Y'all so messy. Banana Republic. Yes. Armani Exchange. You should have been in that pocket. Cachet. Yes, girl. You should have been down there in Cachet. Not, somebody said, not true. Hold on. Somebody had a good comment. Somebody had a real good comment. Somebody said, not true. We can afford it. Y'all buy Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Hermes bracelets. You must be talking to me. Here is the difference about an Hermes bracelet. And I forgot how much these bracelets cost. $1,000 or something like that, somewhere in that ballpark, depending on which one you get. I could wear this bracelet every day. I'll pay $1,000 for a piece of jewelry. I can wear this every day. I'll pay $1,000 for some shoes. I can wear them multiple times a week. And you say we buy Louis Vuitton and we buy Gucci. You're absolutely right, we do. But do you want to know what the number one seller in Louis Vuitton and Gucci is? Small leather goods. Small leather goods and shoes. That is what's keeping Gucci and Louis Vuitton alive because, let's face it, here is what working class people do. The moment we get our taxes or we get a little extra money or it's our birthday and we want to flex for a reason, we go into Gucci and we get a pocketbook or we get a bag or we get some shoes. I can assure you the vast majority of the general public is not going in Gucci and buying $6,000 jackets and $7,000 dresses. Okay? Small leather goods, accessories, and shoes are what keep those people poor. And like Shanisha said, Louis and Gucci have rapport with people. You're absolutely right. I'm not even going to go down the rabbit hole of the status of it all. We all like a little bit of status, baby. When I walk into the room, baby, and I got my pieces on, baby, the people are like, oh, who is that? That stuff Rihanna making ain't got no status yet. And I'm sorry, for the average person who ain't used to having shit, okay? For the average person who don't have a closet full of designer stuff, when we go get our designer shit, we want a bitch to know we got our shit on. Call us new money, call us ghetto, call us dressing for other people. You can say whatever you want. If I'm finna go in there and spend $1,000 on something, y'all hoes finna know I got it on. If you gave me the choice to spend $1,000 on a Louis piece or a Prada piece or spend $1,000 on a Rihanna piece, I'm going to go spend the $1,000 on the piece that's going to get the most oohs and ahs and the piece that's going to make the most people think I'm their girl. That's just what it is. Moving right along, guys. Going from highbrow Rihanna to lowbrow ass Tokyo Toni in this documentary. Tokyo Toni, y'all, she said, let me tell y'all one thing about it. And y'all is not finna get in these comments and y'all not finna clown Tokyo Toni. Tokyo Toni said, baby, she not waiting for Mona Scott Young or she not waiting for Zeus or she not waiting for TV One. So somebody said that's a new money mentality for real. You absolutely right. I don't told y'all a long time ago. I think new money is a term that old money people use to still try to differentiate themselves and give them more status once new money people were able to access the spaces that they have. Let me be very clear with y'all. I unequivocally, no doubtably, I am new money, okay? And I'm not finna rush the process. I am going to enjoy all the card-carrying privileges of being new money, and I'm going to be new money, and I'm going to act new money until I become old money. And here is the thing, and this is the last thing. I'm not going to make it a thing. I ain't going to get mad, and I'm going to move on. There she go. My line suspended. Something going on with the YouTube, honey. Something going on real bad, and now it's back. But like I was saying, the new money insult don't work when you don't got as much money as the person you calling new money. It only works if Ivanka Trump is calling a bitch new money. Then it works. But it don't work from a bitch with no money. And we gonna move right on along. Something is really going on with YouTube tonight, y'all. But we are back. And let's get into Toni and this documentary.
And the story that I tell is nothing but the truth. So help me, Toni. Right after my marriage, I went straight into dancing. Yep. People ask me why. And I ask them, why not? Most women want to be dancers or try it at least one time. But when you get in,
y'all get the drift, don't y'all? Toni said, baby, she gonna go out there and put out her own documentary. To hell with Tubi, to hell with Fox Soul, to hell with any and everybody. She doing her own thing. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Toni said most women want to be dancers or at least try it one time. Drop down in the chat, most women, and let me know if you ever wanted to be a dancer. Is y'all ever wanted to be a dancer? Private dancer, dancer for money? Did any of y'all please put me in the chat if any of y'all ever wanted to be a dancer? Now, I can understand somebody saying most women want to have the confidence of a dancer, or most women want to be desired sexually like a dancer. Okay, we got quite a few people saying, one time somebody said LOL at the angles. Listen, C Cross 327, y'all got mad at me when I tried to do my side view. Take a look at it again. When I tried to do my side view, y'all got mad with me.
The story that I tell is nothing but the truth.
Look at it.
So help me, Toni. Right after my marriage, I went straight into dancing. Yep. People ask me why. And I ask them, why not? Most women want to be dancers or try it at least one time. But when you get in, trust me, it's hard as fuck to get out.
Listen, y'all got real mad at me with my side view, honey. Somebody said my sis made good money, 2 to 4K a weekend. Nevertheless, y'all better go see Toni documentary down to TikTok. Toni is a documentary genius because she is the first Black Africa-America woman to do her own self-produced documentary specifically made for TikTok. She had music in the background, side views, multiple angles. The sound was good and everything. Now, y'all, I know we laughing about women dancing, sex appeal, and all of these different things. I would be remiss if I did not take the opportunity and say, I want to give a special shout out to my sister and one of my good friends, Michelle Snoop Dillard. A lot of y'all might know her as Snoop. She's a very popular businesswoman around in these Atlanta streets, highly educated, highly successful. Many of you guys may know her as 2 Chainz's partner in the Escobar restaurant lounge chain situation. Currently, right now, she is turning the salon suites industry on its head. She's also helping to create a bunch of other successful entrepreneurs with her training programs and teaching people how to get into the salon suite business, amongst other businesses. She bills herself as a serial entrepreneur. Well, my friend, my homegirl, Snoop, she now, not Snoop from Love and Hip Hop, but Snoop from For the Love of Snoop. That's right, guys. She created her own reality television show. She wanted me to share with you guys. It is distributed on Tubi. It is out now, and you guys have got to look at one of these hilarious clips that her PR team sent me over as part of the PR package. Please take a look at this and we're gonna talk about it.
You know, I just cannot have a person that don't have the most, I mean, hygiene is free, you know? You know, all you got to do is hop in the shower, baby, with a little dove, you know.
I mean, that was the first I've heard, but yeah. Okay, that's your opinion. I really appreciate it.
Well, I think it's the opinion of a lot of people sitting at this table as well.
Yeah.
You know, and I hate that for you, you know, because it's just like, not like at minimum, we can at least smell good. And this is for everybody else, because I have smelled a couple of other people. I'm not gonna say no names now, but I just feel like if you know you stink, you know you stink, you smell it. You know, we gotta keep ourselves clean as women. You know, we gotta go to our little OBGYN appointments once a year. You know what I'm saying? You need health insurance. You can't be stinking and think I'm gonna wanna all that. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. And I get, you know, we have some long days, but I should never smell your motherfucking ass. But like just for you to radiate, you're like radiating in the space, in the you know, we can't have that. We can't have that.
I told Snoop when I was watching that, I was like, oh my God. And it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I thought it was going to be like an 8-second clip where she just told that to the girl and she just moved on. It just kept getting worse. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I ain't even got no coochie. And the one I got is made out of clay. And I was sitting here like this, not long days, not radiating, not OBGYN appointments. Like, it was hilarious, that clip. So you guys, if you're interested, go check out For the Love of Snoop over on Tubi, because I am pretty sure that that's just one of many, 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 many hilarious outtakes and moments there's going to be from that show. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. I went to Whole Foods earlier today and bought me some of those chicken kebabs that they got pre-made. I meant to have them cooking while I was up here doing the show, and I waited too long. So I'll probably go down there and put one in the air fryer. But I'm gonna go downstairs and cook. And I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.